Hey, how's it going, guys? So I wanted to make a nice quick little video, and I wanted to show how straight this car really is and why I really do believe this has got 32,000 miles on it and not 132. Now I do have I got 3 coats of the high build primer on this, and it is completely blocked out. And I think, I've got the repair there, but if you look at this, look at that fender, look at that quarter. I mean, these are just like minuscule high spots, small. You don't pound these out. The corners and stuff like that, that's just getting a little aggressive with the sandpaper. Things like that. I missed a spot here, so I had to fix that. And when I sprayed this, while spraying it, I was not happy at all with the body work, because I was just looking at it and things just did not look real good. I was high here. I was high here, but after sanding it, and I missed a spot here on the roof. And while sanding it, and I was high here. And if you remember in the last video, that was the lead. This was the spot where the lead was put in. Even this side. Let's see if I can get this over without hitting the Pinto. Don't want to hit the Pinto, don't want to fix another ding. But there we go. I mean, here are all the spots where I got aggressive with the sandpaper. Mostly all the corners, but look at that quarter panel. Look at how well that quarter panel came out. Now I was high here. I was high up here. I was a little high here. That came out really good. Perfect on that. I did a little body work there. I was a little high. You could barely see it coming through. That's a little rough. Maybe I should sand that get that with 180. Probably should retake that up or do another, but as far as everything goes, the door jambs, when you do the door jambs, those also got about 3 coats on it. Doing the door jambs, that's just straight up 320. All the spots that I kind of broke through, a little bit there, broke through there. Spot prime, broke through here. The lights in here are bad. Spot prime. All this, all the high spots and stuff like that where I was high, those will all get spot primed. and then it will get one more coat. Well, it'll technically get two coats of primer. So everything that's bare metal, that'll be your first, and then a full nice wet coat. And then she'll get 320. And then if you do break through to the metal one more time, you spot prime, blend it in. But I think this is a real good testament of how straight this car really truly is. This fender is not the original fender, because this was the side that was damaged, and there was a repair here, but here's the fender, the original fender, and I gotta spot prime that. But there's the original fender. I had to do some repairs around here, rust holes. But they've been 320'd. They are technically, this is ready for paint technically. But like I said, I still gotta spot that. Gotta spot that. I always tend to go a little bit crazy around the corners and the edges and stuff like that. Probably have to spot up here. Yeah. And I finally got the doors done. There's the hood I did the black on. So I finally got the doors done, and we can look at this one. I mean, I got a little bit high there. There was a low spot here, and we're talking this Bondo that I put on there, or body filler, however you want to call it, whatever you want to say. That is a skim coat, because you can still see, well, maybe you can't, but right there a little bit, you can see it a little bit, is where the pencil mark is, of where I circled it. So I had a little low spot there, a little low spot there, the rest of the door. And this is only 2 coats. I didn't want to go freaking really crazy, you know, with the doors and stuff like that, so I didn't mix up a lot. Did I miss a spot here? See, I missed a spot here. See, there's a low spot. So I missed a spot there, so I got to fix that. But I didn't want to go too crazy with the doors, so I just put 2 coats of primer on it. I had a spot here, spot here. I mean, if you look at the back doors came out really nice, but the only thing about them, I don't know what was going on with these rear doors. There's just like a high piece of metal that just goes straight up here. I don't know why it was there. I mean, it doesn't look like a repair or anything like that, unless, you know, this area was bent down, but I mean, there's no damage here. So I had to do that on that one, and I kind of had to do it on this one, although this one didn't have the big line that, you know, it was low down here and it just had a crease right here on this door. I don't know, I mean, you can kind of see it right there. That was a really high crease, and I didn't notice that until I sprayed the primer. I have no idea why it's there. I know that door, this door did not, it doesn't really, it's not really flush when it's on the car, because when I was thinking about which door this was on the passenger side, and I remember looking at this door wondering why it wasn't, it's not, it was never flush, and it just looks really weird. The gap was okay, it was just, it just wasn't flush, and it wasn't flush right here, and I want to think this was higher than the quarter, so this stuck out. So with it being further down, I don't know why it stuck out. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like it caught on anything because it didn't rip anything apart, and the trim was fine. It doesn't look like a dent. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do. But I think I got that all set. So we'll fix that spot, and I think I missed another, yeah, I missed a small little spot right there. That black right there, that's the guide coat. So that's just like a small little skim, a Bondo. Everything else on this door, it's just, and that's 2 coats of high build primer. Nothing. Straight. Beautiful doors. With the exception of the backside, you know, because the backside, I mean, car sat so long. But I still got to sand the backside 320, just hand sand 320. Just scuff it up. That's all I'm doing. Now the biggest challenge is this deck lid. And you say, how could this deck lid be like this? Well, this isn't the original deck lid. I had to toss the original deck lid. It was just, there was just so much rust on it, and it needed to be repaired in so many spots. It wasn't even worth trying to mess around with. You know, it was just rotted right. It was rotted underneath. But I'm sitting there looking at it, thinking back at the old deck lid. I guarantee it, that old deck lid, if there was nothing wrong with underneath it, it would have been the same way. It would have been pretty straight. But if you look at all of these spots, I have no idea what happened to this deck lid. No clue. Did it get into a hailstorm? I don't know. It almost looks like it got into it got hit with hail, but it got hit with like big size hail. Those are all low spots. I could not freaking, I mean, when I had this completely stripped down to bare metal and feeling it, it just felt so wavy that I just couldn't figure out where to put the Bondo. And I just figured, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to prime it a couple of times, put a couple coats on it, and then I'll block sand it, and then I'll see where I'm low at, and those are all of the spots that I'm low on. I mean, I hope this makes it out good. I don't know. I'm hoping it's good. I'll sand all those, get those all freaking feathered in to the rest of the deck lid, and then shoot a couple coats of primer on it and put another guide coat on it and see where it goes. Because right here, I mean, you see all the high spots, so there wasn't any point in sanding anymore. You hit those, you might as well stop. So hopefully I can get that all set up. Get a couple more coats on it. Hopefully that takes care of it. I mean, as bad as what this whole thing was, you know, it's almost, I'm sitting back and looking at it thinking, maybe I should have just taken a gallon of freaking body filler and just skim coated the whole entire surface and just sanded it, but who knows. But I got the other pieces over there. Those are ready to paint. I don't think I have to do any spot priming. That's good. Those are good. And then it'll probably take, looked at what the forecast is going to be, and it's supposed to basically be 50% rain for the next 10 days. So I'm really not going to be doing anything but priming. And just making sure that I get everything ready to go, all set for paint. I did get the paint. That was expensive. I got 2 gallons of it. I'm not going to tell you what color it is. They couldn't match. They couldn't find the color code, but it is similar to this blue. So when I get ready to paint it, I'll show you what color it's going to be. We'll make a video on it. Hopefully I don't run it. I think I should be okay, but got some pointers off of a guy, off the paint guy. Thanks. Shout out to English Paint and Supply in Knoxville. They're the ones that got me the paint, so. Well, just wanted to show you the progress. Getting it done. Almost ready. One step closer. Getting this thing all painted. As soon as it's painted, I gotta pull this. I'm not gonna put it back together yet, but pull the intake, pull the heads off, because I gotta, hopefully I can get that bolt out, the broken stud out of that head, because this thing is real freaking dirty and I really need to clean it. I really want to have that engine really clean before, you know, it starts going. And pull the oil pan off. Get the oil pan off, get a new oil pan or oil pump, screen. I got the hardened rod for the oil pump. Probably get some oven cleaner and clean and spray again, because it's still got quite a bit of dirt on stuff like that on it. So, but getting closer. Can't wait to see what this thing's going to look like with all of the paint on it. It's a beautiful color. I think it's a beautiful color. All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.